you ever heard of a top star going out and saying the business is a complete work, always has been, always will be, every aspect of it, every match, every interview? Let's just pause right there before we take any more steps. Everything you see is bullshit, guys. I can't believe you're getting emotionally invested in this bullshit. Don't you know I'm not really an Avenger? I've never flown. I just stand my goofy ass in front of this green screen and go like this. And then they pretend I'm fucking flying. Don't you see? You fucking idiot. Can you believe that you're this invested in the things I'm selling you? I know I make money on the things I sell you, but your dumb ass buys it. You fucking idiot. Why are you giving me your money and buying and believing what I'm doing? How dare you believe the things I say that make you want to give me money? You idiot. Calm down. Stupid. Why are you so invested in what we're doing? Why do you care so much about our products? Will you off and quit talking about our products and spending so much to go outside and cut the grass? Go do what I do. Go make movies. Why aren't you in Hollywood, LaGreca? Why aren't you just shooting your latest Hollywood film? You mean to tell me on your pro wrestling radio show, you have the audacity to talk about the wrestling content that I create? Why are you talking about the things that I do, which is a big part of what we do, but why are you doing it? Why are you doing exactly what I need you to do, you fucking idiot? Your turn, Jeff. How did you perceive that?
Hi, Dave. The business is a complete work. Always has been, always will be. Every aspect of it, every match, every interview. All right, that's good. Conrad, remember I've told the story many, many times. Riding with my dad in the back seat. He's got Tojo driving or whoever driving. He's sitting on this. Go through any drive through. Hey, okay, make the order. Get up to the. Hey, aren't you the wrestlers? Yeah. You always have either the lady working the drive-through or whoever it may be. Hey, y'all wrestle? Isn't all that fake? And man, my dad would not let that finished sentence and go, oh, hell yeah, every bit of it. Like it's phony blood, it's ketchup, those packets that you got in your hand right there, all the storylines, all the scripts. There's never been one thing ever in the history of professional wrestling that's been real. It's 100% fake. And without fail, the lady goes, now that's bullshit. I remember so-and-so. I was watching it and they did a bunch of phony stuff, but man, this guy hit him. Maybe it's by accident, but that got real and I saw it. And I'm telling you, that match ended up being the real deal. Oh, so you can't even tell people. So when Rock said all that, and then that was his rant. And then all of a sudden you have the ticket sales and man, the tinfoil hat could go on. But LaGreca, and that's where Cody brought the LaGreca tweet, post, whatever to Karen. And Karen looked at me and I said, hell, Dave's working too. He's going on his rant to get clicks. And here we are on but it's created all kinds of discussion, all kinds of engagement. Now, time will tell where all this lands, but the whole world's talking about it, and we'll see.
Why would we say that? What's the upside to saying that, John?
It's the old call out is what it is. It's when you want to, somebody's making a point that this is the oldest phrase in wrestling. It's a work. When people are trying to make too much sense out of something, sometimes it's a work. That's what that is. That's just an old saying in the wrestling business when you're trying to shut a guy up. It's a work, and I think that's where the Rock's coming from. I'm so Rock's more old school than me. He's third generation, so but he sees it from a different level. He sees it from a corporate level. Triple H sees it from that too. And people say there shouldn't be a veil at all there now. I still like the veil being there, but that's just me. But they're selling out arenas that I never dreamed of. So they're doing something right. But to me, I'm with you on this one, Conrad. I have a little bit of issue with that, but what their success that they're having is incredible. Maybe somehow that works. I don't know. I don't want to be so old school that I'm thinking that, I think I don't like it, but when it works, you may have to look at it and go, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if I am or not, but I do feel uncomfortable with stuff like that.
I'm starting to become of the opinion that The Rock and Triple H are working out this long, drawn out storyline in front of the cameras of worked behind the scenes friction. And to me, this goes back to WrestleMania 40 here in Philadelphia. If you remember, they were doing the build up for WrestleMania 40 here in Philadelphia. They did that presser in Vegas where Rock came out and, they said, they were going to have, Rock talk to Cody about stepping aside so he can face his cousin Roman Reigns. And, Cody comes out, this is bullshit. And then Triple H comes out, confronts Rock. And then there was another moment, I want to say it was on Raw or SmackDown, where Triple H takes a veiled shot at Rock saying that he's the boss who runs things. Now here we are, Rock goes on Pat McAfee show saying, Ari Emanuel just hit me up saying, we're having trouble, ticket sales. We need you to come in and pop some ticket sales, which to me, it's crazy that he would say that, because essentially you're basically just burying most of your roster, the boss, Ari says, these guys can't draw, essentially saying that Ari said these guys can't draw for, Elimination Chamber in Toronto at the Sky Dome. Can you come in to pop some ticket sales? Even if that was true, why would you say that on mic, which is leading me to think this could be some sort of work. He says, "Hi, Dave. The business is a complete work. It always has been, always will be, every aspect of it, every match, every interview." He wrote, "Please join me, Cena, Brian, and the rest of us for our creative discussions so you can expand your perspective. Until then, stop ranting." To me, that's just, The Rock saying, kind of, winking a nod that, hey, this thing between me and Triple H is a work. And we'll see where it goes, man. I think we're in the middle of something. I don't think we're at the, when they, The Rock and Paul Heyman said, we're only in the third inning of this. I think we're in the beginning stages of a potential confrontation between Triple H and The Rock. And it's get to the point where I'm seeing people doing, I follow a lot of YouTube YouTube creators, and everybody's, speculating is, Triple H on his way out, because in that moment where The Rock is, saying, join us for our creative discussions, he said, join, please join me, Cody, Cena, Brian, and the rest of us for our creative discussions. Man, that would have been a great time to mention Triple H. To say, hey, join us in Triple H. But it I always pop when they say, and the rest of us. That's like when you have a wrestling poster and it says cards, and many more. They give you a list of all the wrestlers and then and many more. I've been and many more for several years in the world of professional wrestling, but not mentioning Triple H is either subtle shade or subtle, or that shade is leading to, something that's going to happen between. There's going to be an eventual irresistible force meeting the immovable object between The Rock and Triple H.